Hello, once again. You are welcome back to our channel Live with Debbie. Today is Friday's edition, and on our first interview, we have our guest of honor who is an optometrist. So he's going to take us through the process as to which, if you want to migrate internationally to the United Kingdom to practice as optometrist, the process as to which you have to go through. I wanted to introduce this gentleman, this fine gentleman. I'll leave him to introduce himself. Good, you are welcome to our channel. Please, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Evans Ababio, and I'm a period optometrist at our Ford West in Wales.
You are welcome. So
Thank you.
on Live with Debbie, we are privileged to have you on our platform. So to commence with our interview, we want to ask if you want to migrate internationally from anywhere along the country, whether in Ghana or Nigeria, what is the process to go through if you want to travel here to practice as optometrist?
Okay, so just so your audience know, I used to practice in Ghana. Recently relocated to the UK to start my privilege in Haverford West. The process by which you can join or practice as an optometrist in the UK, you first have to start off by registering with the GOC, which is the General Optical Council. So they have a process for international or people who studied optometry outside the UK. So before you can practice as an optometrist, there are processes or steps you have to do with the General Optical Council. So you first of all fill a form on their site. There are three stages: the scrutiny stage, the assessment stage, and then the interview stage. So after going through the interview successfully, you'll be asked to proceed to pre-reg. So pre-reg is basically a sort of an adaptation stage where you are put to do some internship in quotes, so that at the end of the pre-reg year, you do your OSCE and then you get your permanent license to practice as an optometry. So in summary, that is the process. So you register with the General Optical Council, go through the three stages, pass your interview or get successful with the interview, and then you are asked to start your pre-reg. And then once you're asked to start your pre-reg, you look for job. So there are stores or clinics who would like to take international optoms as a pre-reg. So once you get a job, they work on how to get you in to start your pre-reg.
Okay. So one thing I want to know is that comparing to nurses, if you want to travel internationally, there might be a time frame saying that maybe you have to look at it for maybe 6 months, 4 months. So if you are an optometrist who is looking forward to travel internationally to practice, what is the time duration or the time frame as to which you should purport your mind that this is the time frame for me to do my process?
Okay. Registering with the General Optical Council and then the stages I spoke about, give or take, it should take you about a year.
A year.
Give or take. Yeah.
Wow.
It can be less or
Okay.
but average 1 year.
Averagely.
Because averagely 1 year. Because sometimes it depends on the documents. When you send the documents and they feel they are not okay with it, they will ask you to send another one. And sometimes getting some of these documents in our countries or say Ghana can be a job. Yeah, so they all go into delaying the process. But if everything goes smooth, sometimes 8 months to 1 year is fine. Yeah.
Okay. One question that I really want to know is that if you are coming from your country and probably you were practicing in your country as optometrist and you are coming here in the United Kingdom to work, do you have to clear yourself as an optometrist in wherever you find yourself before you can further on process your visa or everything involved?
So the clearing is not really a typical clearing like the nurses, but
Okay.
you have to be in good standing with the council. The council that regulates optometry in Ghana is the Allied Health Professional Council,
Okay.
and they have to give you a good standing letter that you are
Okay.
in good standing with the council. It is part of the document you send to the General Optical Council. So yes, that is a sort of a clearing, but not the typical nursing clearing. Yeah.
Okay. Typical nursing clearing. We've heard you. We've heard you.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward. I want to ask if you've made your way to the United Kingdom and you've already allocated the ways as to which you have to get here, let us know the time frame for all this process. So now I'm here as optometrist, which I am not. What is the saying to the people? You see, Harley, you are in the United Kingdom, right? How do you prioritize visiting an optometry or booking an appointment with an optometry? Because you've been here, you know the workload. You are working today, every morning, every evening. Barely do we even get off shift. How will you tell the people for them to prioritize booking an appointment to meet an optometrist? And do you only have to book an appointment with an optometrist when you have an eye problem?
Yes, you have to book an appointment with an optometrist when you have an eye problem. I'll start with your last question. I think that is where you ended. So you have to book an appointment with an optician. That is what they call it here in the UK.
Okay.
So there are various opticians in the UK. They are independent opticians. I don't want to mention names for people to think we are doing advert for some people, but there are various opticians available. So you go on their site and then book an appointment. And then if it needs any referral, they would make that necessary referral for you. If you have to see your GP, if you have to see an ophthalmologist, that referral will come. But most of the times, if it is something they can handle, then they will attend to you. How
Oh,
important is an eye exam? Well, it is very important to have eye exams because I would say most of the dangerous conditions that come our way and then very difficult to handle are the ones that are asymptomatic. They are the ones that do not come with any symptoms. They are the ones that you don't see coming. So you just think you are well, you are seeing, you are doing all those shifts running, and then before you realize, you will see that your vision is very down. And by
oh,
the time that time you visit your optician or your optometrist, and then they tell you you've had this condition, and from the way it is, it has been there for over 10 years, 20 years, and if you had come earlier, probably the prognosis or how to manage it was going to be easier than if you go at that time. So it is very important to be having a regular eye check. In UK, the regular routine eye check period is 2 years.
okay.
So in 2 years, every 2 years, just try to book an appointment and have a regular routine eye check.
Okay, okay. Well, this I know you are talking to me directly, but then as an
I'm not talking to
audience,
you. I'm talking to the audience
okay,
and
okay.
everybody.
Oh, together with me and my audience, we'll make
Yes,
sure to visit the optician regularly. So,
yes.
lastly, what I want to ask before we end our interview, I know this is not going to be the first and the last interview we are going to have with you, but what I want to ask is that you see, unlike example, if you are in Nigeria or maybe Ghana or wherever African countries you find yourself, I believe that there are private hospitals to which you can visit when you're not feeling well. But when you come to the United Kingdom and its setting, you know we are allocated to a GP, a general practitioner, where you are and how close it is to you. And if you want to visit these general practitioners, you need to book an appointment. Okay, to which nowadays there has been speculations that probably they would like to introduce maybe private organizations, whereas people can just go in there and pay their monies and all that. What what do you think? Our system back home You just walk into any facility and you just get treated. And here you have to go to a general practitioner before you are being treated. So what do you suggest? Will it be okay if you have private facilities to where people can just move in to see an optometrist, or we should just go by the general practitioner way? It's just you, as you being an optometrist, your idea, fair idea about that.
Uh,
Tough
this
question,
one is
isn't it?
putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, is it general practitioner or optometrist? Just to be clear, so that I know how to answer it.
Being an optometrist, you are directing our question to being an optometrist or
Okay,
practicing or
for
yeah.
for for an optom side of things, I think booking an appointment is good. It's
Oh,
good because, yeah, now I go to work knowing the kind of patient I'm going to see tomorrow. It makes you well prepared to be able to relate to them and then give them proper care. Yeah, unlike when you are there, cases come to you, sometimes you are not really prepared. You probably want to have the patient go home and then come back later, by
yeah.
which time you are prepared to see the patient. But if you see the patient, go through the records and see, okay, this is what you're expecting, you already have an idea, and then it prevents going back and forth with the patient. It just I think it is better from the optometrist's point of view. And then booking an eye appointment is not very difficult like the general practitioner.
You sure?
So yeah,
Okay.
yes, I'm very sure. Just look for a close by, some opticians close to you. Go to their sites and try to look around. When you book an appointment, I think it is easier. It is easier than the general practitioner. So that is why I asked whether you are asking me in terms of the general practitioner or the optometrist.
I
They are two
actually
different things.
I actually wanted to
The
get you.
general practitioners own the general practitioners own, I'd rather go for, say, a private in the work
Uh,
aid, because getting to see your general practitioner can be a hell. Yeah, getting to see them. Other than that, the appointment is good, but the problem is getting to see them can
uh,
be a job.
okay. Once again, it's a girl, small girl with a big God on today's edition with our optometrist, who is updating us on the process as to which you can migrate for internationally to practice in the United Kingdom, and to as to the importance for you to prioritize visiting optometrist, or who did you say?
Optician.
Optician, lovely. Optician. So before we end our interview, do you have any last words for our audience?
Okay, before I go on to the last words, I think I left out something. With the documents, you need to register with the General Optical Council. So I'll quickly go through it, mention them on top of my head, and then we can round it up. So the documents you need, like I said, you need a good standing letter from your council. So if you're in Ghana, the Allied Health Professional Council. But if you're in Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, you have to look for your council and then get that good standing. You also need to get a certificate from your council. Every health professional has a certificate with their council, so that certificate has to be there. Your transcript, your course label from the period which you were in school, um, IELTS is very important. Uh,
I
IELTS
was
is very
about
important.
to ask you that question. It's good you've clarified.
IELTS, the standard, academic standard, that is what you
Okay.
should go for.
Okay.
And then I think it is very flexible, unlike the nursing. I know in nursing you have to get 777 throughout or something,
Yeah.
but the General Optical Council accepts six
Okay.
for reading and writing, and then they also accept at least 7.5 for listening.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is quite easy and straightforward there. Yep. What else have I not seen? References from your employer. So if you are already working in your country, you should get a reference, an employment reference from your employer. Yeah, so these are the basic documents you need to, together with the form they will send you. Yeah, so these are the documents.
Okay.
So last words to your fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They are not
been
my fans, my audience.
wonderful. Your audience.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So it's been wonderful being here. And then, just as you said, I hope that we have a lot of these sessions to talk about these processes into more details, where we discuss them into more details. It's been a pleasure being on this platform. And then I hope to be here very soon again.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thanks so much for granting our honor to be on our channel. Apparently, this is our first time hosting an interview, and I believe, as you said, this is not going to be the last time we see you on our channel. Thank you so much. Once again,
Sure.
it's your girl Smuggle with a
Well,
big God, bringing you updates on Friday's edition. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscription button, updating everyone as days and Fridays.